Hi, I'm Andy.
Hi, I'm Leon.
And this is...
Head Tails. How daughter's me. Do you know what?
Don't be looking up a skirt. I've got my socks on.
I don't care, I'm really sick.
Happy Dad Tales Day.
Happy Dad Tails Day, my friend. That's a strange start. We normally go good evening, Andy.
We do, don't we? Good evening, Leon.
How's you?
I'm alright, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, mate.
Hey, it's not like mixing it up.
No. I like a bit of difference now and then.
We can mix it up.
When I'm in my stride and I've just done like a double step somehow and I've oh, no, tripped over my own feet there.
Do you know what else as well? I figured that when I listen to other podcasts, they always ask about the listeners. We just ask how each other is.
Good point.
So, Mum, are you alright?
Becky, how are you? I don't know who else listens.
I don't know who else listens. Absolutely. Speaking of Becky, did something happen this week? You had a busy week on?
I haven't really done much.
Yeah. You little fibber, you have.
Yeah, it was a wedding this weekend. So, congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Tomlinson.
Yeah.
So, it's only been 10 years in the making, this wedding.
Feels like 50.
I could say. It seems like a big run up to this wedding. And it got cancelled last year because of Corona. So, we managed to get it on this year.
Yeah,
So,
but they got some more beers in this year.
Hey! Here for the joke.
Yeah. So, it was a good do, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. It was a really good do. I enjoyed it.
I managed to skim myself an invite to that one.
You did. You hustled yourself in with your stand-up material.
I think 57 people went down with COVID, so I filled a seat.
Yeah.
You know, like at Oscars when they have them seat fillers?
Yeah.
I think that was definitely me.
And just, you happen to have something that could contribute to the do. So, two birds, one stone. Let's get him in.
I filled somebody's wedding hall for about 10-15 minutes, yeah.
You was good.
That worked.
You was good.
The wedding was good.
Yeah. The best man speeches were good. I enjoyed them. They were good.
Yeah.
My
The whole
mum,
day was good.
yeah, my mum did a good speech.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So it was a good day all round.
You was good. You walked Becky down the aisle.
I did, yeah.
Without tripping up.
Yep.
Well done, you.
I know. I had my mad skills on me. One foot in front of the other.
The most important thing at that wedding, though, I mean, I don't know what you think, but I certainly think, was we got recognised.
We did. Slebbed it up, didn't we?
We definitely celebred it.
To the point where, because obviously I wasn't aware of this, that we've been recognised, you came up to me and went, someone recognises us. And I was like, it's my sister's wedding, it's family, isn't it? Someone's going to recognise us. And she went, no. Someone's recognised us from the podcast. That's handy.
No, it was. I didn't say us, it was me.
Oh.
I felt like I'd been recognised. And then I thought, wow.
God tell Leon that we're some sort of celebrity status. I feel like I've been let down here.
Leon's there as well. Recognised through a hearing medium. That was impressive. So I don't know if it was the back of my head.
From what I hear, you were talking and he went, turn podcast off, we're at his wedding.
That could have been it. That could genuinely have been it. Maybe it was as I was talking and people was like howling with laughter around. It was like, yeah, podcast on.
The beauty is, we didn't really know who he is.
But we do now.
We do now, yeah.
That's the main thing. So we should really give him a shout out, shouldn't we?
Definitely.
So, Neil, we'll just go
first name, yeah.
Because that's all we need. So, Neil, thank you very much for your nice, kind words. Thanks very much for listening. And I believe we've got a mug on its way.
Yeah, we have, yeah.
For being a super fan.
I'll get it to my mum to get through to Neil.
So if I see him stood outside my house, like, screaming, I mean, I'm not even bothered.
I'm going to say we'll take celebrity status and people screaming outside the front of the house.
I'll take a stalker. if he wants to be a stalker, that's cool. I think you know you've made it then, don't you, if you've got a stalker?
It depends to what extent. So
thanks very much for that. Good wedding, good vibes.
Yeah.
They had a great time. And I just think what they'll be up to now.
Shush, sister. So, congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. Let's leave it there. What we're going to talk about this week, because we should confess, I suppose, that this was supposed to be done last night while the football was on, but not a chance was we going to do it.
I was too stressed. We even cancelled the recording, didn't we, to not do it, because I couldn't concentrate. It was leading up to it, and I was getting butterflies, and I don't know, the expectations were too great that I thought, I can't sit and talk to you and watch the football. I ended up missing one or the other.
Yeah, it wasn't going to be a great thing, was it, from us screaming and shouting at a TV.
Oh, just sat in silence going...
Shut up, your opinion means nothing to me. Offside, schmoffside.
Yeah.
So we didn't. But we are going to have a bit of a reflection on the Euros, aren't we?
Yeah.
And in true Dad's Tales fashion, we're not going to do it in the most standardised way.
Yeah, I was thinking conform with standard things, but
we're not mainstream, are we?
No. Can't even figure out words, can we? That's how non-mainstream we are.
Exactly. So we've got a little bit of a roundup. Obviously, gutted that England lost.
I'm gutted, but I'm proud on how far we've got, because up until we beat the Germans, everyone was saying, "Oh, we're not going to do it anyway." I don't know if everyone's getting excited about it. Because I am one that I'll put my hands up and say, no matter what, I'm super patriotic. First cricket game, I'm like, we're going to win this. We're going to win this. I'm always saying, and I'd say you're quite sceptical in the fact that you won't get happy until we get later on into the tournament when you think, oh, we might have a chance now.
Yeah, I feel I want to wait for something to... I don't want to go to Alton Towers and get excited about it and then not rise be sure.
Yeah, whereas I'm like, we're going to Alton Towers. Oh my God.
I've been let out of the house. But yeah, absolutely. Credit to our boys.
Our boys put a right performance on, lads. Well done.
Good. You passed it right well and stuff.
Yeah. I thought it was an alright game as well, to be fair. First half, I thought we played alright. We just went to sleep a little bit. But anyway, I don't get too deep into it because I start crying again.
No, I think as well, we're talking 18 months before World Cup. And you'd like to think we'd push on a little bit, get a bit stronger. A bit more tournament knowledge, because a lot of them were first tournaments. So.
And there's a lot of lads to come into it, like Bellingham and things like that. And then Sancho can probably play a better role. And obviously the bit of the old guards can drop out, like Henderson and stuff, when Rice and... Because we had players there, really, that was there to plug a gap in the fact that we had so much youth. So I'm hoping when they get a bit older, a bit more mature behind them. Because that squad's going to be that team's going to be the starting, isn't it? Let's be honest. It's then what comes in around it and builds around for strength and depth.
Yeah. It's a good start, I think, isn't it?
That's what we've got. Which, we built on Croatia, haven't we? We got semis last time, got a final.
Yeah, and full on one this time.
So if we're doing process elimination, we're going to win it. Football's coming home in 2022. It's got to be. You can't go semis, final, then nowhere near. No, it's the trophy's ours.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's just unfortunate that it was ruined by a small few Italians who beat us on penalties.
I know. Those 11 lads.
So small minorities. Damn. Yeah. So we're going to go... We've created a poll. A Euro 2020/2021 poll on what we think is important.
Yeah.
So we've looked at the coaches and the managers for each nation, and we've got a duel, I think is the only way we can describe it. So our first duel is between Joachim Löw of Germany and Roberto Mancini of Italy for the best dressed manager.
I've got a poll here. Do you say Joachim Löw? I said Love.
Oh, right. Löw versus Love then.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it Love?
I said
If that was my name, I'd be saying I'm Love.
Joachim Löw. I said Love.
Joachim Löw.
Joachim Löw. I could be wrong there. I don't know. It's just one of those things I say Joachim Löw. But anyway, that's not the poll.
That is not the poll.
The poll is...
Who's best dressed?
Who's best dressed, yeah. For me, Roberto Mancini.
All the way. I
couldn't believe how slick he looked. Go a couple of times back, Joachim Löw, for me, was the best dressed. Because he was a bit like Pep, wasn't he? Like proper smart, smart cash type thing.
Yeah, he kind of broke the mould a bit, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
He kind of came on with his turtleneck and his sniffy fingers.
Sniffing his fingers all the time. It makes me feel sick sometimes when I see him.
I think the thing is with this one, you could have put Mancini up against anybody. Mancini just looks like dogs, doesn't he?
It's a blazer. I wanted Southgate back in his blazer because I think Southgate would have given Mancini a run for his money. Because last tournament, Southgate in his waistcoat, not blazer. He looked the business.
Yeah, I think he's moved on.
Why though?
Strides on. He went for woolen tie this time, didn't he?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I don't think he. I don't know.
I think it's got to come down to a little bit of superstition, hasn't it?
What? Because we got knocked out in semis. That's it. He's now took the waistcoat and gone for something else.
Yeah.
Right.
And obviously the time, maybe he thought that I'll do that in the first game if that's worked, and then he just continue it. I mean, I've only just washed my England shirt. I didn't wash it all the way through the tournament.
Food down in
big bean juice on front of it, but that's what you've got to do.
See, my superstition is I've got 1, 2, 3. I think we're at 4 or 5. And I circulate between England shirts. I won't wear the same one consecutively. I suppose that's a superstition, isn't it? But I like to rotate through my England shirts.
Yeah, possibly. Round 2. Who's in round 2?
So round 2, we have got... What a tee up that is. after I've belittled you on how to say Love. Fernando Santos, is that?
Fernando Santos.
Yeah. And then Frank de Boer. Frank de Boer is one cool guy anyway. But out of these two is who you wouldn't want to meet in a dark alley. Once again for me, it's Frank de Boer.
It's Frank de Boer for me because his eyes, they look like they could pierce you.
Yeah.
if I met him down alley, that's probably the only thing you'd see. It's just these little eyes, and then as he'd come into light, you'd see his quite stern Dutch head.
Yeah.
And from there, I'd probably do a little wee-wee in my pants.
And opposite direction.
Sharp foot it out of there big time.
He actually reminds me a bit of Kalina. Do you know the intensity in him?
I think he started at the bottom, but I don't think he started as...
Wait, wrong one, ain't you, aren't we?
Sorry, bad joke. Yeah, he's because Kalina's got them eyes, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're scary eyes then.
So Frank de Boer for me, definitely. I would not want to meet that guy. And
I reckon he's hard as well.
I was going to say, do you remember him playing? Because he's before my time, I think.
Yeah, that Dutch team he played in with Ronald de Boer, the Laudrup brothers, Van Basten, Rijkaard, Koeman. That was good.
Was it? I remember Koeman playing. Did he play with Johan Cruyff, or was that before? Oh no, it must be way before that because Cruyff went to play.
Yeah,
manage Lineker, didn't he?
Yeah, Cruyff was before that. Yeah, Jordi Cruyff was. His son was probably after. I don't know if he made the Dutch team much, but yeah, that was a good, proper strong Dutch team that as well. I mean, Ruud Gullit.
Yeah, I remember Ruud Gullit.
Oh man,
I still remember Frank de Boer. I don't remember playing. Where did he play? Was he Ajax? Is he an Ajax player?
Yeah, but I think he did like Barcelona and that as well.
I don't remember him.
Final round, we have got who you'd let date your sister. We've got Didier Deschamps of France against Andrei Shevchenko of the Ukraine.
Oh, is it who you'd let date your sister, or who you wouldn't let date your sister?
Which would you rather?
I don't know. Neither. Don't want to date her sister.
Well, she's married now.
Well, to be fair, I'd say.
All right then. So if it was to who you would let, who would treat your sister the best?
Probably Shevchenko, wouldn't he?
I mean, Shevchenko's a very good-looking guy.
He's a smooth guy.
Yeah.
He seems quite slick.
Deschamps looks quite cuddly though. So he'd give good hugs, I think, Deschamps. Although he's French.
He was a hard man though as well. I remember him playing. He was a tough nugget.
So was Shevchenko though.
Was he? I was thinking.
Well, he's from Ukraine, isn't he?
Yeah, I know. But it's fair. It was for a strike one. He did get stuck in, didn't he, against defenders and that. But yeah, I'd go Deschamps. Can date my sister. Well,
Deschamps. I'd go Shevchenko then because I think he's an absolute oil painting. I mean, I can.
All right, you can date him or what?
I can respect a good-looking guy.
I think we just had a weird moment there.
He was another well-dressed manager as well.
He was at this tournament, yeah,
but still not in Mancini's league.
Yeah, I saw him as a bit of a shock that he was managing. I didn't realise he'd taken over Ukraine side.
No, I didn't either, but they've done all right, I think.
Yeah, which is obviously that's experience that comes from it. I think it's been a good tournament all around. I think what I've liked about it is teams that you think, they're going to get pasted, have actually done quite well.
Yeah, I think that as well. I think the only thing that I've found a bit strange is that because it's been in different places, you kind of get that enthusiasm for that country, don't you?
Yeah.
Even when it's been in Wemits, even when it was like in Russia and it was like, oh God, stadiums aren't properly built and there's no, you kind of worrying about how it's going to go. But actually, it was a fantastic tournament, and you kind of then think, because it goes round the cities and you see stuff on TV. I feel like I've missed that a little bit this time.
Yeah. I mean, I hope FIFA don't try and do it as a world one. Can you imagine the logistics of travelling around? I mean, Europe's big enough as it is. But imagine if this shows like a group based in America, a group based in South America. They tried that. I mean, it could work.
America's hard enough because it's size
of it, yeah.
So to do it, across different continents will be pretty tough, I think. But that's the only thing that's possibly let it down for me. I know that was always going to be the plan. It's not just because of COVID and stuff, but
I've enjoyed having it all over the place.
Have you? I think it's just I felt like I missed the homeliness of it, and like I know that the British players have played mostly at Wembley, but like where their camp is and stuff like that, and you get to see them on TV like walking around and setting the sights and stuff. And when there was in Baden-Baden a few years ago. Was it Baden-Baden?
Baden-Baden.
So good they named it twice.
I don't know what that is. It's like Jemba Jemba, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think there was a place that it was in Germany. I'm sure they stayed. That was their camp. I'm sure it was a place called Baden-Baden.
I was a young lad when it was 08 Germany.
I will check that. Cut all that out if I'm wrong. I'll edit that sensibly to make it sound like I know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So yeah, I'm in agreement. I thought it was a good tournament all round. I think I just want to sort of touch a little bit on Wimbledon, because I like Wimbledon, but I feel like because obviously the tournament's fallen at the same time, it's kind of been overshadowed a bit.
Well, I've not watched one tennis match. And I'm not saying I'm a big tennis fan. I do like tennis, and I think tennis is such a good sport in how it's played. I think it's one of the we've had this conversation, haven't we? It's the one few sports which has kept its integrity. Especially Wimbledon, they've gone, no, we're going to be traditional, you must wear white.
Yeah.
No, you can't do, like, sponsorships. I know sponsorships have crept in a little bit, but they're all little, like, I want to say subliminal, but they're all, like, sensible. Like, they're wearing, like, Lacoste tops, and that's all that's on there. Yeah. Whereas you go to see the French Open, they've got, like, big, like, I want to say not big sponsors, but they're more flamboyant and stuff like that. And
they're allowed to get away with a little bit more. I'm fully agree. I just think because it's Wimbledon, it's in its hours. I love the tradition of it all. I love the fact that when you see the umpires and the line judges, they're all in the proper nice clothes. Yeah. Like, say, the tennis players are still in white. And I've seen a few matches. I've probably not seen as many as I would have normally watched, but I've seen a few. It was obviously a shame Andy Murray got knocked out early on.
Yeah.
And we're kind of waiting for that next person to kind of come through now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know enough about tennis to even speculate and say, it's going to be such and such.
No.
Because there has to be a time. I mean, Federer's now done.
Yeah, I think the good thing as well about tennis is that you see them come through at sort of 17, 18 as well. You know, especially the girls. They seem to... I know strength plays a big part in the girls' game, but you seem to see them ones come through quite early on.
I'll tell you what I do like about tennis. They use technology well, but they also change aspects for the fans, so it works well. So what I'm on about is, like, when I was quite young, there was all moaning that it became like a servers dominating game because the ball lent itself that they could drill this ball at like 200 mile an hour and you couldn't really return it. So, like, if I remember right, like Roderick and all them lot,
Pete Sampras,
just hammering a ball across, you could barely return it. So they did something to the ball, I think I remember, and made it so it held up in the air a little bit, so it slowed the game down, which then brought back the technicalities of the game of, like, the net shots and things like that. And it got really technical again, which then all these really good technical players came back into the game, so your big hitters. And that's what I love. They actually changed the game for the better.
Yeah. I wonder if they've done something similar this year, because they was talking about the grass being different.
All right.
Maybe a little bit longer.
Okay.
Maybe,
I don't know.
Maybe wetter.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, centre court's got a roof on it and court one's got a roof on it.
Sounds dangerous, wet, slippery grass.
Yeah, well, it was for the bounce. So I think there was, maybe it was in certain areas, maybe not sort of more baseline stuff, but I'm not sure. Do you know what one thing about tennis I really like? I like it when they sit down and have the little drink and a little bit of a banana.
What I think is like a little bite of banana. Like if you ever like, I've eaten a whole banana, they're like, little bit.
I don't know what it is, but I really look forward to that bit where they just sit down and then they'll have somebody stood over them with an umbrella. It just seemed like the rituals and what they go through. And it is very much, we talked about superstition. I bet that sits like that with rackets and things like that. And I don't know why, but that bit just amuses me.
Yeah, like I like the traditionalness of tennis. Like it's still got its glory, I think. Whereas a lot of sports have not sold out, but they've gone very heavy in other areas, like say sponsorship or flamboyance.
Yeah, colours of like uniform. Like the kit and stuff. Coloured courts and stuff like that. It's a lot of it's for TV.
Of course it is, yeah.
And they are brands, aren't they? The players themselves are brands, so it's just people just buying into that, I suppose. Yeah. And I know money will have got a lot more over the last 15, 20 years, but these guys have got to make as much money as they can while they can, haven't they?
While we're talking, and it's a reflection episode, and while we're talking a bit of sports, I just want to bring to light the tours on the moment, innit? And I just want to say what an achievement Matt Cavendish has done. He's equalled Freddie Merckx's record of 34 stage wins.
Cycling as well is one of them sports where you have to be ultra fit.
Or doped up.
Well done, Cav. I hope you're ultra fit.
Yeah.
It is though, isn't it? Because, you know, you talk, certainly in Tour de France, where how high they're getting oxygen levels and things like that. I struggle walking upstairs.
Yeah. Well, I think he could do it in this tour and actually go 35 and beat him. And I'd love if he did down the Champs-Élysées. If he did it on the last stage. Did I say that right? Or did I get that wrong?
I don't know, but
it sounded right in my head. I don't know if I got that right. If I got it wrong, because someone just corrected me. But I hope he does it on the last one. How fitting would that be? He's actually broke the record on the final, because the final stage is always a sprint stage. The problem is, because of his age, and they've got to get over the Alps now, he might get retired out of this one. He might drop off and be too far away and they'll knock him out of the race. Yeah. I hope they don't. I hope his team drag him through, because his team's a pretty good team, but if they're lagging as well, because they're not going to get yellow, so their whole ambition now is to get him over the Alps as quick as they can, or as close to the win as they can.
This is like being an all-rounder as well, isn't it, when you race? I know this is elite sports, don't get me wrong, but this is like, like say, you've got to be good in the sprint, you've got to be good in the hills. I mean, like say, we know how walking up a hill's hard.
Yeah.
Never mind trying to take a bike up there in really narrow circumstances, on generally sometimes not great terrain.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
Yeah, I do like the tour, and I've not
4 or 5 hours as well, isn't it?
Oh yeah, easy. And
we've drove through Alps.
Yeah, my car didn't want to do it.
Yeah,
but
that's because I was in back, struggling to get up there.
I do love tour. I think it's one of the spectacles of the year, really. I think because it's every year as well, which I quite like.
Yeah.
Whereas like say Euros and World Cup, it's every other year. Olympics every other year.
And as well, I think with us, we generally have somebody in there that's worth watching it for.
Yeah.
The people that we've had in previously. Cycling, for some strange reason, we're good at.
Yeah. Have you managed to get your kid? I know we talked about football, tennis, and cycling. Have you managed to get your kids to watch much sport out of them three? That'd be nice. Because we're talking. The TV's been jam rammed. Even with rugby as well. We've had rugby on. We've had the 4 like big sports. I mean, cricket's been on as well. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
So we've had 5 big things going on. That's been massive. My kids have barely watched any sport.
Yeah, mine are the same. And it's something, I always talk about reducing the amount of TV they watch,
but this is one where I'm like, get it watched.
We need to get them.
Yeah.
And certainly for football last night.
Well, until the final, my kids, I've had to beg them, and I even had to beg them last night to watch the football. Because I think if we'd have won, I don't want them to, they had an opportunity to be there when it happened.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's always next time now, but...
Of course there is. Just quickly then, before we move on, did you see the cricket, the women's cricket? It was England versus India. And there was the English woman hit the ball, was flying out for a 6. The Indian fielder jumped over the boundary. She couldn't catch the ball out of the boundary because if she'd have been touching the floor, it would have counted as a 6. So she went over the boundary in air, sort of caught it, threw it back into play, then dived back into play and caught it. It was amazing, absolutely amazing. And what they were saying was that they'd actually been practicing that in training.
Oh, nice.
It wasn't something that you kind of just... it's still a skill to do, don't get me wrong. The funniest thing, though, was... I mean, this will sound really sexist, I'm not meant to be, but she did this amazing feat, and then she kind of threw it back a bit like a girl. I can't obviously demonstrate it on a... because it's visual, but it kind of just went like that. But then launched it like miles.
Oh, she did a big throw.
Oh, she had a big throw, but... like we would like properly wind back and throw it. She just kind of went like that.
Who cares? It went really fast.
We've taken off air.
I have seen that done before where someone's hit a 6, but they've gone over, and as they've gone over the boundary, they've like leapt to it, but then like patted it or thrown it back in where their feet touch it, and then another player's caught it. I've seen that in cricket.
Yeah,
but for her to do it on a road as well, so did she actually like sort of, because her feet can't touch the floor, so she jumped over the barrier, she like catch it and then throw it back up in the air really high, really high.
I think that was the key thing. It wasn't a case of just patting it back.
Yeah, which I've seen them do that.
She did. She kind of caught it and still in midair threw it up to give her enough time to land, jump back into play.
Oh wow!
It was cracking. Have a look on YouTube. It'll be on there. It was obviously a really, really impressive feat of it. We've got the Olympics to look forward to now.
Yeah, I can't wait. I love Olympics.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm hoping kids get involved in Olympics because there's enough variance in Olympics. Like, I love watching, I'm coming from a swim background, I love watching swimming, I try and get the kids to watch as much swimming as I can. Gymnastics, I love all that sort of stuff. Yeah. Obviously track and field, everyone loves track and field events. But then you've got the obscure ones like the canoeing, the kayaking. Summer Olympics I think is brilliant.
Yeah, and again,
winter's good as well.
I think I like Winter Olympics as well. I think the stuff like that as well they're very short, aren't they?
Yeah.
So like you can watch, it's like sort of an hour of athletics and you've got bits of javelin, bits of hammer throw, and you can genuinely see, well, you don't feel like you sat there for 2 or 3 hours watching one thing. So I like it. We'll no doubt touch on Olympics when it comes around.
Just being controversial, I would rather watch, like, say, the hammer, the javelin, or like the high jump than watch the 100 metres. Do you know everyone puts like the 100 metre final or the 4x100 metre final as like the pin-up? I'm not really that bothered. I appreciate it, but I find it more impressive when someone launches a big stick like 80 feet. I'm like, that's better than you just run that, because we're designed to run. we design, but to throw some, that's not really our design, is it?
No, I don't suppose it is. No, and the thing is as well, when you like when they jump, I saw a long jumper on some sort of clip the other day, and he'd like jumped nearly out of the sandbox.
He's on something. I guess.
He did have like he did have like a trampoline at the start.
It wasn't Inspector Gadget, was it?
Oh,
with spring shoes.
Now you mention it. I think it maybe was.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to Olympics, genuinely.
Me too, and we'll no doubt touch on that a little bit when it comes around.
Yeah, there's some funny stuff that comes from Olympics. There always is, isn't there?
Yeah.
Like, when there's like a country that's not very developed and they like put a swimmer in that can't swim.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Eric the Eel won it. That's what they called him.
Oh, Eric the Eel, yeah, because it was
Eric
the Eagle won it from the Winter Olympics. We put Eddie in, didn't we, all those years ago?
Yeah.
It was like what is it? What's that big jump called?
Ski jump.
It's a ski jump. Doing well here, right?
Let's move it along. So, last week, I think it was just sort of an off-the-cuff comment.
Yeah, it was off-the-cuff comment because you have done jingles that are very impressive. I think we found your niche. You're a very good jingle writer. And you're very good at it. But I said, just sort of random, do me a jingle on
Yorkshire tea.
Yeah.
So what have I done?
Have you done one? You genuinely done one?
I've done a jingle on Yorkshire tea.
Ooh, it's a bit interesting.
This is it.
It better be good.
I'll let you decide. But you set me a challenge, I'm going to do it. So here it is. Here's our Yorkshire tea jingle. Dad tells Andy wants a cup of tea, 2 sugars and some milk. Fill the kettle right to the brim, but only boil it once. Flick the switch there, let down your hair. Yorkshire tea, it's the best cup of tea. Add the tea bag and the sugar, but don't put your milk in yet. Leave it to stir for 4 or 5 minutes. Check your biscuits while you wait. Squeeze out your tea bag, pop it in the bin. You are almost done. Bourbon for me, digestive for you. Yorkshire tea, it's the best cup of tea. There's only one brand you should use. Yorkshire tea, it's the best. What do you think?
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. You've got a knack here. We need to get you marking, I'm telling you.
Do you know what as well? That didn't take me that long to do.
Didn't it?
I bet it took me less than an hour to do that and record it. And I must have recorded it. I mean, my voice, obviously, we need somebody better that can sing.
Sing, yeah.
But to Old MacDonald had a farm tune. I think it was all right.
Yeah. That.
Thank you. You can't see what I'm taking a bow.
No, it was good. Very good, that.
A bow of celibacy.
To a point where, could we actually get a sponsor out of this? Yorkshire tea? We're Yorkshire lads.
We drink tea.
I only drink Yorkshire tea, by the way.
Me too.
I won't drink all else.
Why would we?
So
if we can get this on the Instagram,
yeah,
on our TikTok, on our Facebook page,
we're going to need the listeners to help us here, aren't we?
So
we tag Yorkshire tea in and get the ball rolling, but then we're going to need the listeners to then start tagging Yorkshire tea in as well.
And sharing it, put it on your story. Let's do this. Let's see if we can get a sponsor out of it.
Yeah.
Why would they not want to sponsor two guys like us?
And then if that goes well, I've got a new challenge for you. To get us a sponsor with Ferrari.
Ferrari, right. Lola.
I don't know who Ferrari Lola is. Lola Ferrari. She's someone famous. Your face says, I don't know who Lola Ferrari is.
If you Google her, don't Google on anything work oriented.
One of them people, is it?
I actually think she's deceased now.
All right. Yeah, I don't know who she is anyway. So.
No. So we need. Well, let's see how this goes. Then we'll just create our own sponsor.
Yeah.
And we'll just start making jingles for people.
Yeah.
And they'll sponsor us. But for this one, let's get it going. Let's get Yorkshire tea tagged in it, and we'll see what comes from it.
Yeah.
We might be able to share some tea with people if they give us some freebies.
That'd be interesting. Well, freebies. I'm drinking it myself. I spent a fortune on Yorkshire tea.
Yeah, it's a fair point.
Because I love Yorkshire tea. I love the gold one. Oh man, it's so silky class. The gold one, it's brilliant
because it's gold.
Yeah,
We've just talked about the Olympics. Yorkshire tea could sponsor us while we do our own version of the Olympics.
Well, we're not competing, are we? Because
could just be me against you.
I'm a little bit overweight. A little bit. Understatement.
Is sumo wrestling in the Olympics?
Nah, kill you sumo wrestling.
You would, you're right.
My judo background.
Oh, God, that. Have you still got your judo outfit?
Yeah, I took a rest at scuba diving kit and tennis rackets and badminton rackets.
You did archery as well, didn't you, at one point?
Mate, I've done everything.
Did you do... You are an Olympian.
I've got the kit if I want to spend my time.
If we go to the park and do like a full sports day...
Oh, let's do that.
Could do an Olympics.
Oh, tell you what, people. 10 events and we're off. The people can choose 10 events. We need 10 events that are Olympic events. And let's not get silly. I'm not getting my canoe out. That is too heavy to get out Attic. But I'm thinking like 100 metres.
Yeah.
So that's our running one. We don't have to do 200 or 400. Or
I was going to say, what about 50 metres?
10. But yeah, if we set out like a throw, a run, we can't have swim because
so we could do
pointless, isn't it?
Like we could do the Dad Tails Olympics. So we do a run.
Yeah.
We do like a hammer throw, but it's like a hammer.
A proper hammer.
A proper hammer.
Oh yeah, we're having this.
What else could there be? We could come up with 10 events, sure. Yeah. We could go to the park and we could...
Yeah, so listeners, give us an idea because we want 10 events that are an event, but we can have our own spin on it. Like you said, the hammer throw, but we get a lump hammer or something.
Yeah.
And throw a lump hammer.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to kill you. I'm loving this.
Don't kill me.
Catch this lump hammer.
Yeah, so we're definitely on with that.
Today we're gonna make ourselves lots of money. We're gonna buy. And we'll start with £10 of our own cash and turn it into at least 20. Can we retire? Don't stop me, 'cause we're making some money. Hopefully be funny. We're gonna buy something for £10, like a tiger, merch from a man in Tennessee. We'll be selling things on the fly for more than a £5. We're gonna go, make some money.
Speaking of challenges, how are we getting on with your challenge?
I have sold something.
Oh, man.
I'm off the mark. After last week's conversation...
Shenanigans.
I've put my money back in my pocket. I've given back money to my children. Give them the pizza money back. Yeah, I'm off the mark. I've mentioned this to you already. So I've sold some for 50p. No, £1, sorry. Bought it for 50p, sold it for £1, and P&P was £3.50, which they've paid for. So eBay have charged me 35p, so I am
15p up.
15p in the good.
It's more than I am, mate.
So
although technically I've only spent so far £6.50.
Well, I've only spent £2.50.
All right, so yeah, I should have just kept my tenner to sell.
Yeah, and by default, who's won? Well, I've still got £10 here. How are you going on?
Yeah, so mine has been on eBay for a week. So I've got a pot pig, a money box pot pig, and a retro,
tennis
very, very sexy, very Yochum Love.
It's a good tennis racket.
And so they've been on eBay for a week, no bids. I've actually reduced my starting bid to try and get them.
Well, I started off as £1. The lowest it could be 99p, and someone offered me £1 for it. But I'm 15p up. I've got £10.15 in bank.
Yeah, so you're certainly in the red.
Oh no, I'm not. I can't because I've still got a book and something else that's not sold. So I'm not.
Oh, but you've sold one thing, but you've still got another couple of things to sell.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. So I'm technically still in. I'm not as in deep as you because you're £6 deep.
And the thing is as well, mine's not shifting. I genuinely thought they would. That's obviously why you buy them, innit? But they've not shifted yet. I've got one watcher. I had one watcher on my pig, and now I've got one watcher on my tennis racket.
What about on eBay? What you got there?
Where's Neil when you need him? I'm a super fan.
Does anyone want to buy a book? I've got a book for sale.
I've got a tennis racket and a lovely Union Jack porcelain pig money box. It's actually got some money in it.
Has it?
Yeah, you can't give a money box away. It's bad luck in it.
I'll buy it off you.
For more than I bought.
No, but I genuinely like it. I'm surprised it's not sold.
Well, I honestly, my theory was pigs. I think you get a lot of pig collectors.
Yeah.
Who just collect random pig stuff.
Yeah.
So I was thinking that. I don't know how you get it sort of seen more
I think you can, because I was trying to find your pig on eBay and came across loads of pigs. I think that's your problem. I typed in Union Jack money box pig, piggy bank, whatever, and there was loads. I'm thinking, I've seen yours. These don't look anything like yours.
Yeah.
And then I did find it eventually, but because yours doesn't say money box, piggy bank. So that was the thing that yours says something like porcelain pig or something like that, or pot pig or something. And because I was looking for Union Jack piggy bank, I think I put in piggy bank, something like that. I can't think what it was.
I maybe need to change my listing. We're not very good at this at the moment.
I genuinely thought I could do better than this. And I don't know if I'm applying myself very well, but I thought I could do it. Mum, we buy a book off me.
No.
What was that, 20 quid you said?
Your mum ain't allowed. My mum. Your mum could buy off me.
Yeah, but that means your mum could buy off me.
Yeah, good point. Your mum's way more generous than mine. Here it is. The moment we've all been waiting for. It's Leon's tip of the week.
Nice. Do you know what I mean?
This is Leon's tip of the week.
Do you know what I mean? So this came from, it's quite poignant. Poignant. We were talking about Euros. So there's a tip on telly last night where a football player, his manager used to tell him to eat raw garlic before a game, which means that the defender wouldn't be marking up against him. Now, the practicality of this is, eat raw garlic in our everyday lives, and people won't know come near you on the subway, or come and sit near you on a bus.
Yeah.
No one wants to sit next to Mr. Smelly, do they?
No, absolutely not. And we're coming out of this potential 2 metre social distancing. Yeah. How good is it to keep people away from you?
You don't have to wear masks anymore, so your breath won't just be contained into your own nose.
Just breathe right on them.
Yeah.
Then take your mask with you when you get into office so you can still talk to people without making them pass out. Leon, top tip of the week. It's a good one, that one. Leon, have you learned anything this week?
I don't think I've had a wise week.
I thought your message that you maybe would have learnt this week was about love. You've seen your sister become very happy this week, and she's going to be smiling a lot. Smiling like a newlywed.
Like a newlywed.
Do you want to know what I've learnt this week?
What have you learned?
I've learnt that I'm old. So we had a gathering yesterday.
Yeah.
And I noticed in your garden there was a skateboard.
Oh, yeah.
I used to love a skateboard when I was a kid, and I would go so far as to say I was all right on it.
Oh.
I could scoop myself, and I could get on it, and I could get to the shop on it, no problem.
Really?
I wouldn't have said I could do lots of tricks, but I could manage it. Oh God, I nearly broke my neck yesterday. I thought, how can it be?
Yeah.
What skill have I lost? Well, clearly I've lost some sort of skill. Is it as simple as that? I just cannot balance.
It's probably balance and core stability that you've not got anymore as a kid. You've got a natural core, haven't you? Well, it's funny because I did the same thing and stood on that skateboard probably a few months ago, and if a blue bin went there to sort of catch me, I think I'd knock myself out because I was near the window ledge, and I've got big thick concrete window ledges, and I stood on it same as you, and it just went whoosh, straight from underneath me, and I sort of fell. I whacked my elbow on the ledge. But if the blue bin one there next to it, I'd have smacked my head. I genuinely thought I could just do this. So did I.
And it genuinely was a shock to go, wow,
can't do this
you cannot do this. I can still put both my socks on, standing on one leg and put another sock on. And that's kind of my mantra of knowing that I'm still fairly young. When I have to start sitting down every time to put my socks on, I'm over the hill. Not that people that can't do that are over the hill. And then I stood on the skateboard, I'm thinking, God, I've never had anything kind of hit me so hard as to say, don't ever get on a skateboard again.
I might get my rollerblades out and see if I can still do that. I just love rollerblading.
Well, like ice skating. If you ice skated as a kid, if I went ice skating now, I think I could skate around. I've been as an adult before. I probably can't, can I? Oh, man.
Old man.
So now I'm thinking, what else can I not do?
I've heard a lot of things you can't do.
Let's not open that can of worms.
So, you just mentioned about putting your socks on, didn't you? Have you heard the controversy on Facebook and that this week?
No.
So, there's a 50-50 poll that some people will always, it's not a health thing, but always sit down to put the socks on. These people that sit down to put the socks on can't believe there's people out there that stand up and put the socks on. We'll do it from a standing position. There's people who stand up and put the socks on and go, what? People sit down to put the socks on. And it's like just gone massive. I think it was on Radio 1 it started on, where someone said, oh yeah, I sit down to put my socks on. It's like, what? You sit down? And there's like, well, you stand up to put your socks on. And it just created this big, massive pull. What are you? Are you a sitter or a stander?
Well, I like to think. I suppose it depends, but I like to try and stand while I'm doing it. Because, like I say, I know that I'm physically able to do it. There will become a time where I can't. So I think, whenever I can, like the skateboard, I wish I'd have rode a skateboard a lot longer now.
Yeah.
But yes, sometimes I'll sit, but the majority of the time I try and stand.
But so you're probably a stander and you only sit out of laziness.
Yes, yeah.
Whereas
that's
I'm a sitter. I can do it standing. I've not got a problem. I can't do it. But if there's somewhere I can sit, I'm always sitting to do it.
Yeah.
Always. I'll sit on bed or whatever, on chair, or whatever. I'll just sit and put my socks on.
We may need to put this out to the Dad Tales public.
Yeah. There'll be people who do both because it suits the time. But if you was given the option to sit down or to stand, not health related, which would you go for?
If you come off the beach and you dry your feet and you get you're going to sit down, aren't you?
Yeah, or vice versa. If I've got nowhere to sit, I'll do it standing. I'm not against it, but given the opportunity, I will sit.
Can't put my socks on. There's no seat. Why is there never a seat when I need to put my socks on? My feet are going to get cold now.
But yeah, I thought it was weird that there's with loads of things like that where people are just proper split and go, what? You do that?
Yeah. So we'll put a poll out, just see what our Dad Tales listeners think.
You stander or a sitter, and we're talking about putting socks on.
Sometimes I like to mix that up as well.
What? Put one on standing, sit down for the other one?
Yeah.
Weirdo.
Yeah, absolute weirdo. Right, Leon, let's do this all again next week. Have a great week. Keep yourself smiling.
Stay safe.
Thank you for listening right to the end of this week's podcast, and we hope that you've enjoyed it. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at dad_tales_, or get involved by emailing us at dadtales@outlook.com. You can also now join our Facebook page by searching Dad Tales.
Keep the feedback coming. We are genuinely humbled by all the input and the comments you're providing us. Stay safe, celebrate small victories, and keep smiling.